Greetings, gentlemen and ladies. I am the Old School Game Snob, and in today's video we are taking a look at the most useful Horadric cube crafting recipes. Now, I did an older video on this, but I thought it was time to do an update now that D2R has launched, and so this is the updated version of the most useful Horadric cube recipes in the game. Let's kick things off. This is, I think, my favorite. It upgrades your weapon or your armor piece to the next level up. So let me explain what I mean after we go about doing this. Let's start with armor, okay? So gold wrap is a normal quality belt. It can be upgraded to an exceptional version, and then it can also be upgraded to an elite version. The main difference when you upgrade a piece of armor or weapon is that you increase its base damage or defense to its next tier up. So all of the unique properties that come with your unique item stay the same, but the base damage or the base defense will get upgraded to the next level up. So we'll take a look at how that looks. So in order to upgrade a normal item into an exceptional item, you need Ral, you need a soul, and you need a perfect emerald. And drop the item that you want to upgrade into your Horadric cube, click transmute, and now you can see that the one-hand damage on the gold dagger is actually 7 to 33, whereas we used to have, what did we used to have? We used to have less. Oh, I don't know where I put my other gold dagger. Well, we used to have less. Whatever we had, now we have less of it, or more of it, right? Okay, so the next recipe upgrades your exceptional item into an elite item, which is the top level of unique item that you can find, or top level base item type that you can find in the game. So to upgrade your exceptional item to an elite item, you need to use Lum, you need to use Pool, and you need to use a perfect emerald. Drop that into the cube with your exceptional item. You can, of course, upgrade your previously upgraded normal item into an elite item, and click transmute, and now we have the elite version of our unique item. As you can see, the one-hand damage has gone up yet again. All the other modifiers stay the same. Alright, so that's that. Let's take a look at the armor version of this. So I've got here gold wrap. You can also do this with your unique, unique armor piece. For example, this is a set item, so pay no mind to that. But if this were a unique item, you can upgrade any piece of armor using this recipe, including your gold wrap heavy belt, which is actually a very good one to upgrade, because normally, as you can see, the number of slots in this belt is 8 slots right there, plus 8 slots to the gold wrap heavy belt. You can see that gives us a total of 3 potion rows, but if we upgrade to the exceptional version, which uses Tal, it uses Shale, it uses a perfect diamond, and of course you drop your unique item, or your normal unique item in there, click transmute, and now we have a higher defense level gold wrap, and now it also has 12 slots in it. As you can see, we've got more potion slots, so it's been upgraded to the next tier level. Now, keep in mind, when you do upgrade an item, it will also upgrade the required strength and level to use it. So here is the original version, level 27, strength 45. Here's the exceptional version, level 32, strength 88. So keep that in mind when you upgrade, that the requirements will also go up. Okay, so last but not least is the upgrade from exceptional armor to elite armor, and this requires Ko, it requires Lem, and it requires a perfect diamond. You drop all that in, transmute, and now you have your troll belt version of the gold wrap heavy belt, which gives you the highest defense possible, but everything else stays the same. Alright, let's move on to the next recipe. Okay, next up we are looking at the very same thing, but this time we can do it with rare weapons and rare armor. So here we have a nice rare crystal sword, which is the normal variety of the, crystal looking sword, then of course the dimensional shard, and then of course after that we have the phase blade. So we can take our normal crystal sword, and then we use Ort, and we use and we use a perfect sapphire, and we can upgrade that into a dimensional blade. Then what we can do is we can put a foul rune, a rune, and a perfect sapphire, and upgrade our dimensional blade into a phase blade, and that just gets the damage up there, keeps all the rare item properties exactly the same otherwise. Okay, and then from there we can also do this with a piece of rare armor. The recipe for that is Ral and Thule and a perfect amethyst, and you get an upgraded, an exceptional version of your rare item. After that, we can use pool, and a perfect amethyst to get an elite version of our rare item. Okay, next up we have socketing your normal white armor pieces, your normal white weapons, and your normal white helms. Now this recipe adds a socket, actually it adds a random number of sockets to your normal white item. So if you find a really nice base item that you want to use for like a powerful armor rune word or something like that, you can use this recipe to add a random number of sockets to your item. This works on normal items, it works on ethereal items, but it does not work on cracked items or superior items. The recipe to roll sockets into your armor is Tal, Thule, and a perfect topaz. Now, when you make this roll, you will get a random number of sockets. Each socket has a 1 in 6 chance of rolling up to the item's maximum number of sockets. If you roll higher than the item's maximum number of sockets, then you'll get that maximum number of sockets. So if the maximum number of sockets is, let's say, 4 in a piece of armor, and you roll higher than 4, you will get 4 sockets. If you roll a 4, you'll get 4. If you roll a 5, you'll get 4. If you roll a 6, you'll get 4. Anyway, so let's roll this one up, and we get 2 sockets into our leather armor. Okay, so that is the Horadric rune word. No, that's the cube word. That's the recipe in the cube. That's, what we're doing. We're putting things in the cube. We're putting holes in the things that we put in the cube. That's what we're doing here. All right. So next up, we are taking a look at the socketed weapon recipe, which includes your, again, white base item, and then from there you will use a Ral rune, a rune, and a perfect amethyst. The same rules apply. You roll on a 6-sided dice. If the item has a maximum potential of 6 open sockets, then each number of sockets has a 1 in 6 chance of rolling. If it has a maximum number of only 3 open sockets, then you have a very good chance of getting that maximum number of 3 open sockets. There is a whole list of how many sockets are possible for different types of items that you'll have to look up to be sure you're rolling into the right type of weapon, that you're trying to get the right type of right number of sockets open for. But anyway, that's the recipe for weapons. And after this, we have the recipe for your helm, which is Ral, and it is Thule, and it is a perfect sapphire. Again, same rules apply. And roll that up, get some things, and from there we're going to roll also our last recipe into a shield. Do I have a shield? A nice white shield? Does Charcy have a shield? Ah, perfect. Thank you, Charcy. That's very, very perfectly arranged. Just great. Anyway, the recipe for this is Tal and a perfect ruby. Roll that into your shield, and you add sockets to your shield. Okay, now this one can actually be very useful if your repair bills are getting very expensive, as they can on high-level rune words. You just need to use an Ort rune in the Horadric cube to fully repair an item. You can do the same with a piece of armor and a Ral rune to fully repair your item. Of course, this doesn't work with ethereal items. This next one can be very useful in recharging your weapon, your teleport staff, for example. This will both repair your item and also repair its charges. So what you need is your item with charges on it. For example, this level 1 sacrifice wand. We have an Ort rune, and then we use any chipped gem and transmute, and that will fully repair the item and its charges. This is also true of any armor with charges. The recipe for that is a Ral rune and any flawed gem. Now I don't have an armor piece handy to show you with this, but it just works. This next one can be handy for getting socketed items out of sockets. Socketed items, out of sockets. I think I said that right. Say, oh no, I dropped something in there. I didn't mean to. I want to switch it up. Take that topaz out and put in an rune or something like that. Here's the recipe for that. All you need to do is get a Hell rune, a scroll of town portal, and you put your item into the cube, and that removes the socketed item from the socket. Now, be aware that when you do this, the socketed item will be forever destroyed. As ever, guys, thank you for watching. I appreciate your support. I appreciate my subscribers, my viewers. You guys are rock stars. Oh, and by the way, I am over on Twitter now as the Old Game Snob. Apparently, Old School Game Snob was too long of a username, and I had to shorten it down. So instead of the Old School Game Snob, which is pretty cool, now I'm just the old game snob. And last but not least, I'm also over on Odyssey. All these links are in the description below. Odyssey is an alternative to YouTube. I was a little bit upset when YouTube removed the dislike count feature. Now it's really hard to vet whether or not videos are any good, whether they're just absolute scams or whether or not the creator has any idea what they're talking about. Don't like the way YouTube is going sometimes. I love YouTube as a platform, but yeah, maybe it's time for a mass migration. Yeah, that being said, hopefully nobody from YouTube actually watches this video. Alright, see you in the next one.